What's going on, everybody? We're back after a week off. I'm sorry I was on vacation, just for a couple of days, But we are back with the NFL Week 3 under the radar plays of the week. And this week, I'm going to give you guys some plays that I feel are going overlooked, as always. They're going overlooked on all across the sites. So, last time in week 1, we kicked it off with Tyrod Taylor, who actually did well. Unfortunately, he's hurt by week 3. And we also had Henry, who did not do as well as we thought he would do in week 1, but however, he smashed week 2 per usual. And then we also had LaVisca Chenault, who didn't do terrible, but he didn't do as well as we projected him to do. So hopefully week 3, I can give you guys some under-the-radar plays that should fly off, and go off for us this week. And hopefully get you guys them takedowns that we're always looking for. Okay, so our first play of the week that's flying under the radar, we're going to kick it off at QB with Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson, he's going to be facing Minnesota. He's about 7,600 on DraftKings. He's projected for 2.4% ownership. He also projects to be QB5 of the week. He's also projecting QB5 of the week on FanDuel. And his price over there is 8,400 and projecting at 5% ownership. Now, Minnesota's giving up the 5th most fantasy points to QBs. And we know Russell Wilson, no matter what type of situation he's in, he's either going to run or he's going to air it out. So let's take advantage of Minnesota giving up, 5th most fantasy points to QBs through 2 weeks. Russell's averaging the 8th most fantasy points through 2 weeks. So we know he's not scared to do his thing. Let's see what else we got. We also have him as the GPP play of the week, just being that everybody's flocking to Daniel Jones and Matt Ryan's and all the other juicy matchups that's on the slate for Sunday. So we're just gonna take our Russell Wilson and fly with it, okay? Next, this next play, actually I'm giving you guys 2 plays at this next position, and the reason I'm giving 2 plays at this next position is because one of them is a DK only play. So with the DK only play, I try to give you guys that extra play so I am fair across the board. So with this next play, we're going to kick it off with wide receiver Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Okay, so Justin Jefferson is our DK play only, as he is projected for 3.9%, coming in at 7,200. With that being said, our DK and FanDuel wide receiver play is going to be Adam Thielen, who is projected for 2.1% ownership on DraftKings, and he is projecting for 5% ownership on FanDuel. Now, his price on DraftKings is 6,700, so he's less than Jefferson, and he's still projected for less ownership. And his price is also lower on FanDuel at 7,600, where he's projected for only 5% ownership. So we should want to take advantage of both of those ownership leverages against the field. We don't want to be with the field when we're taking down these tournaments. So look for Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen to take people by storm. The reason why I say that is because they're both facing cornerbacks who rank 116th and 117th in the NFL, respectively, of 120 quarterbacks altogether that are active on a roster. So the matchups that they have, they should be able to smoke their cornerbacks. And that's what we're looking for when we are looking for our under-the-radar plays. Both command a minimum of 9 targets. Both have been really active on the field when it comes to Kirk Cousins targeting them. Hopefully Kirk Cousins does his thing per usual. And if he does, that's the reason why that would be a good thing, is because the leverage, the ownership, flying under the radar, right? Kirk Cousins has already thrown for 578 passing yards, so we know he's not afraid to air it out. So what we want to do is we want to take advantage of that because he has a 50%, because Seattle allows a 50% passer rating or pass success rating. So in looking at that, I also see that if Cousins can get down early, not get down early, but if he can get out early, smash early, obviously that puts Russell Wilson in a great play. So I want to take advantage of all three, whether it's Russell Wilson, whether it's Justin Jefferson, or whether it's Adam Thielen. Seattle allows the fourth fewest touchdowns through the air through these last 2 weeks. However, it's only been 2 weeks. So we know Kirk Cousins like to throw. So I think we take advantage of the matchup. I think we take advantage of that. This could be that shootout that nobody's looking at. Our next and final play for Under the Radar is going to go to tight end. And this play is going to go to TJ Hockenson versus Baltimore. And the reason why we're taking TJ Hockenson is because he's being peppered like a wide receiver one. He's not even playing like a tight end. Okay, so on DraftKings, he's 5,200. Okay, that's about 2,300 cheaper than Darren Waller. Okay, and Darren Waller's in a great matchup too. But so is TJ Hockenson. Because TJ Hockenson, he's facing the Ravens, who give up the most fantasy points to tight ends since the start of the season. And they give up 27.75 fantasy points per game. TJ Hawkinson's averaging the fourth most fantasy points at tight end at his position with 22.75 fantasy points a week. So we want to take advantage of that matchup. We want to take advantage of him being peppered with 9 and 10 targets respectively. He's turned all of those into 8 receptions, 66 and 99 receiving yards, and both times he had a touchdown. So I don't see that going away anytime soon. I think you could take advantage of that. I think you could take advantage of Baltimore just giving up the most passing yards through the air. And who would have thought Baltimore would do that? But apparently they are not the same as before. And so therefore, as my favorite saying goes, we take advantage of, the passing yards, of the defense being garbage, of the injuries that are taking place. We take advantage of all that. And on top of that, the cornerbacks that they are facing are in the top 30. But the top 30 cornerbacks are giving up the most fantasy points through the air. They're giving up the most passing yards through the air. So that's something we take advantage of. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you need to hit us up at DFS Trash Talk on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. None of that changes. If you cannot get in touch with us, you can reach me on my personal Twitter at NitasWorld_, and I will try to get to you as quick as possible. If you have questions, try to get us your questions before 10 a.m. on a Sunday. This way, we can all set our lineups in a timely fashion, and nobody misses out on any goodness that we consider throughout the NFL. I'm your girl, Nita Rodriguez. Thank you for tuning in as always. Make sure you lock those plays in. Those are the plays that you need for your GPPs. We out.